And now I'd like to welcome to the program Olexiy Goncharenko, Ukrainian MP. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
Now, we were just discussing this double standard, which many people throughout the world are commenting on. Why can the United States rigorously defend Israel, yet despite signing a security guarantee for Ukraine in the 1990s, it cannot offer Ukraine the same protection? Is it a problem for Ukrainians? Do you see this as a total double standard?
Yeah, it's not a question of the hour. It's a question of last 2 years. I don't know the answer. If I would know, I would tell you. This is painful for us. Yes, many Ukrainians see it as a double standard. And Ukraine, made for nuclear non-proliferation in the world the most. We gave up nuclear weaponry under the guarantees from the United States. And now you see how Ukrainian villages looks like now. That's the reality that we have. And nobody is sending their air jets. Nobody is sending their boots on the ground to help us. We don't ask even. We understand nobody wants to die for Ukraine, and you shouldn't. But just give us weapons. And even this is not given, unfortunately, with all these debates in the United States. For a half year, we're waiting for the decision. And it's, I don't know, I mean, it looks very bad. That's what I can tell you from our perspective. But I don't think that only from our perspective. I think other countries can also ask this, saying, can we really count on the United States of America? Can we really count on the United Kingdom, countries which gave guarantees to us? I am very thankful to the United States, United Kingdom, and other countries which support us. Okay. The question is why there are limits in their support. When we see other cases, there are almost no limits. And I'm sorry, yes, I should tell this to you, but I also have a question to Poland. I mean, why Poland is allowing Russian missiles to come into its own airspace and saying, oh, we will not intercept it, it's coming back to Ukraine. For us, it sounds like, I mean, we're crazy. This missile in the airspace of Poland is an absolute legitimate target for Poland, and you should stop it. How you can know where it will fall and where it's moving. And even more like we were speaking with you, why Poland, Romania are not putting their capacities, air defense capacities, exactly on the border with Ukraine. And you have agreement with Ukraine that you can intercept possibly dangerous for Poland and Romania targets in our airspace. And we will only thank you for this. And that will protect both you and your territory, but it will also protect at least part of our territory on the border. And that will give us possibility to send our air defense that we have to another part of Ukraine and to save women and children who are dying every day because of Russian missile and drone attack. So it's a question, and really I don't have an answer. The only answer which I can find is nuclear weapons. And but I mean, when it's a question about this, what had happened with the missile in Polish airspace, it's also not an answer, because if Poland has not intercepted this missile because Russia has nuclear weapons, why Russia would not send this missile next time up to Warsaw?
Right. It does deserve a good explanation. That is absolutely certain. But I wanted to ask you another question. You're a politician, so you understand how politics works. If we look to the United States at the moment, it seems that it's kind of untenable to support Ukraine for either party. And most likely, I can say it's because of the presidential elections that are coming up. Even Biden has taken a huge step back. He is refusing to do things that he could simply do right now without any authorization from Congress. And one of those things is giving Ukraine Patriot batteries. Does politics sometimes get in the way from what you see in the West from doing the right thing?
Unfortunately, the U.S. elections are influencing us and influencing the situation in a very bad way. I think that we need to be frank. I'm not intervening in US elections in any way, but I need to say, like it is, that today it's Republican Speaker Johnson and far right part of Republican Party which are stopping the support of this supplemental. If it would be voted, then Ukraine would receive support. Yes, I have also questions to President Biden administration, but for the moment, the main question from me is to our Republican friends. And I know that I know many Republicans, they're a good friend of mine. And I know that they are also frustrated by what's going on and they're also very much concerned. And I hope that finally this week, Speaker Johnson will make this decision. The only thing he should do is just to put the bill, which already passed the Senate, on the floor in the Congress. That's all, and then it will be decision. I mean, then U.S. congressmen who are elected by U.S. people, they will make a decision to support Ukraine or not, and we will all see the result, and that is their right. But Speaker Johnson is not doing this, and by stopping this, he almost is dragging a feet for from October, really from October. No, I mean at the beginning it was without speaker at all. Then he was elected, and then okay, not from October when he was like November, December, but from that time, he's an obstacle on the way of this supplemental. I hate to say this, but that's true. And I want to say truth.
So
And I can't understand this. I can't understand this. I wouldn't ever believe that Republican Party can help Vladimir Putin, but Speaker Johnson is doing exactly this right now.
So now, since you've mentioned this Ukrainian supplemental that still hasn't made it to the floor, we had President Volodymyr Zelensky say that Iran's attack on Israel on Saturday night should be a wake-up call for Washington and its allies. So now, how probable do you think that this Ukrainian supplemental will make it to the floor and be voted on next week?
This week.
I don't know. I hope this will happen this week. I don't know, will it happen or not? If not, I really don't know what else should happen in the war. So it will be clear that it's not about anything, but just about maybe that's the will. Maybe some Republicans consider this to be kind of a democratic issue. I mean, the issue of Democratic Party, but it's not. But it's not. And emboldened Putin will be a huge problem for everybody, both Republican and Democrats. And I think that these members of the Congress, politicians, they should take responsibility. I mean, if in 1, 2, 3 years, emboldened Putin will start to kill American soldiers and officers, that will be their fault. And they should be blamed in this. Because when they could stop Putin just by sending weapons to Ukraine, they didn't do this. That's all. And I think that should be said openly, clearly. That is what's happening right now. And really, we already can't play the word games. The situation is critical.
So there's one more thing I want to ask, given the current state of affairs in the Middle East. If the conflict between Israel and Iran were to escalate, just how much and would this hurt help for that would have been intended for Ukraine?
Unfortunately, I think that the October's Hamas attack against Israel, awful terroristic attack, hurt Ukraine enormously too, because of all of these, the attention of the world is partly shifted. Part of the United States establishment consider that United States can be overstretched. Putin started again to play these geopolitical games in the United Nations and in the international community, using these Russian, by the way, legal place in the Security Council and so on. This is a big problem that we have, and any escalation in the Middle East will make the situation worse. Thank you. I need to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for speaking to us here on TVP World.